You're about to be happy if you're not already. Why? Switzerland now has no interest rates because the shadow money has been cleared. What did people do when interest rates were zero in the banks or around the world, or rates that are very low? The 2020 parabolic run did happen. Also, guess what? It seems to be happening over and over. That's strange because that's how our timeline has been since the beginning of time. You can either pump it now to the point of failure until it falls apart, which isn't a good idea because we're consolidating and probably a dump coming. And number two is that it will collapse, which is not likely. Number three is that you print a lot of money when interest rates are zero, and then you print more money until the collapse. It looks like this happened all over the world, including at the Swiss National Bank. Also, you should know that whatever happens there will definitely happen in America. The United States wants to have low rates. By the way, the head of the NAC says the Federal Reserve Board is involved. That's the only way things look like they will go. Let's go. Do you all understand what I mean? The Federal Reserve is to blame for the coming slump. I think it will be put on another country or event. That being said, Trump will say, "I told you so, Jerome Powell. You should have started cutting a long time ago," but this is all a show for this to happen. Trump asks, "Am I allowed to make myself head of the Fed? I'll do a much better job than Powell, though." Fed Powell, the scene is set. Note that you crash. Can't you see? You guys are beginning to understand what's going to happen. They are going to make the markets crash, okay? Then, most likely, make everything rise like it's never been raised before. Also, guess what? The Fed and Trump both say that the economy is doing great and better than ever. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't that sound like something they say yes? That everything is okay, don't stress, nothing is out of our hands, but you don't because the crash is coming and this is all planned, guys. Now, Donald Trump comes along and says it in a way that makes sense. I will make sure you fully understand it if you don't already. Hear this quote without the quote. "It's too late, Powell. It's spending a lot of money that our country doesn't have." He really is one of the stupidest and worst people in government, and the Fed board knows it. Europe has had 10 cuts. We haven't had any. We should be 2.5 points lower and save a lot of money on all of Biden's short-term debt. We have low inflation too late, which is a shame for the United States. That's it, everyone. Yes, here is the plan. That's right. Trump is on this side and is being a good guy. From the other side, the left side, we have Jerome Powell, who is the bad guy. Guys, this is all just a show, right? In order for people to understand that Donald Trump is not to blame when the slump starts and what follows, the printing of astronomically large amounts of money, and AC National just hit $37 trillion, needs to be increased 3 times. This is exactly what needs to happen when there is a recession. All that printing of money will be so crazy that it will literally be flying out of the sky. I'm not kidding. But if he said at first that Trump and the Federal Reserve would work together to destroy the AC staller, remember the beef is, people like you and me think the beef is just a show. They need to get rid of the old system to make room for the new tokenized system, Phoenix-style end. In the past, Trump has called for smaller rate cuts, and he will do so again. What's going on here? Let me lay out the plan for how this relates to crypto so that we can make the most of this coming chance. Don't worry, there is more VOD here. You might be thinking, okay, why do we care about what you think, Extravod? This could be something you don't know. Okay, here's proof that I might be able to say what I think out loud. It's not necessary for you to follow it. But why? Because I'm not a business advisor. You might want to take it into your math, right? You're here because on June 17th, 2022, stock prices hit an all-time low from July 18th to July 15th. Let's go to XRP. Coins and stocks, I should have said, look at this. On June 18, XRP hit a low point of 29 cents. That's checkmark number 1 for Extravod. Then XRP $1.62. Take a look at what happened to XRP. December 9th, when XRP hit its lowest point, $1.61. We were right here. It then went down to 20 cents. Yes, that's likely to happen during the crash if it does happen now. which is why I'm calling for, hey, the plan, it's my firm belief that I will not give up until I see something change. The problem is that we have not yet entered a recession. The printing of money has not even begun, and it won't begin until something scary occurs, which most likely occurs here, okay, for the whole time frame. Then they'll print so much money that the US national debt will truly go through the roof, and that's also where cryptos and stocks will go. Okay, guys, the same thing. This is all I have to say. Bitcoin must hold $103,000, 0 cents. There's a chance it won't hold this 103K range, but most likely it won't. Why? Because of all the news coming in right now. For that reason, that dump is coming, right? The White House says that Trump will decide in 2 weeks whether to attack AI or not. Now, there is a 2-week window for the dump to happen. Is that not the case, though? It doesn't need 2 weeks. Trump on United States says, I'll decide in the next 2 weeks whether to go or not. I know that all of you have been reading a lot of news stories that make you wonder about the president's choices and whether or not the US will be directly involved. As a result of this news, I have a direct message from the president that says, there is a good chance that negotiations will happen with Iran soon. I will decide within the next 2 weeks whether to go or not. That is a straight quote from the president for all of you today. But I don't think it takes 2 weeks. Even though they are ready, if you look at these numbers, I think they'll go by the end of the month. Is that 2 weeks or not? Yes, but maybe by next week, guys. I don't know. I'm not here to set dates because I gave someone a date back here. Last one was about price, and this one was about bottoming price action. The next one will surely be about dates and price, right? To be fair, I don't think it will take too long. I believe it will happen quickly. When it does, because you know that moons and fast thumps don't take too long, right? It takes place quickly. Right now, there's a whale right here. Start a $2 million 0 cents short position on XRP at $2.14 using 20x high leverage. I'm not sure about this one because it comes with a short time frame and is likely to be dangerous because we could pump before we dump. That's kind of a scary game to play, but these things will likely work out for the best. Trump and the attack doomsday plane arrive right on time. This was also the time of the most important mission to DC. What took place then? A very scary thing happened. So why is this being turned back on? It doesn't seem right to me now, does it? Right on? It's all because of this, because of the Fed. They need a reason to make a lot of money. Left Eye is waiting for a Nazi ruling on joining in 24 to 48 hours. That makes a lot more sense since I don't think they'll take too long, right, if they choose this dump. That's just what I think. So let's look at this. What will happen next? This is the stock market, guys, in the S&P 500. It broke out of this, what looked like a rising wedge or some other kind of negative pattern. The goal, though, is to go all the way back to the lows. It's not likely to go back there. It will likely end up like this. Then you guys should go back up, right? Get the cash. And that's the end of the slump before it starts with $30 trillion. Right now, options on the stock market are going down, which makes it look like the war is getting worse. There is a peace deal on the horizon as gold prices drop. On the other hand, prices are going up everywhere else as the event speeds up. Gas prices are going up, like a peace deal is almost here. Yields are going up like